The alarm clock screams and there's a cat butt in my face. I don't want to get up, face the human race. I take a shower, I take a pee, I drink some coffee, watch some TV. But nothing seems to keep my eyes open. Nothing seems to get my blood flowing. Called up a friend of mine and asked what lights a fire under your behind. He says he spells relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. There's no fear, the gang's all is. So clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas and brass and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature and there's no cure, but they'll be your favorite broadcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. It's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. I took my friend's advice to heart. I bought myself an FM radio. Now every weekday starts with a visit from the morning disaster show. And now I spell relief, R-A-Y-L-Y-T-L-E. There's no fear, the gang's all here. So clean out your ears for the morning disaster. They got gas and breast and testes and rock and roll piled up to the rafters. They're really immature, but there's no cure. But they'll be your favorite podcasters. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster. And it's Ray Lytle's morning disaster.
We are here, the morning disaster, taking to the airwaves now. Well, I guess the internet airwaves. How you guys doing? Welcome, Nick.
Good morning.
And welcome, Doran. And welcome, Nikki.
Good morning.
Oh, she's very,
There was no pause there.
very prompt today. I'm very impressed with you, Nikki.
Well,
Very
you were
upbeat.
complaining yesterday there was a big pause.
Well, there's always a delay, and Nick and I, during the delay, we wonder. There's a big fear as if it's going to be a good reply or a negative one.
Or I was muted.
Yeah, or whether or not you left the mic on mute.
Yeah. There's always a good chance of that.
Yeah, we had post-traumatic stress disorder.
Because of my mute button.
No, because sometimes you're very mean when you first get
That's
on.
because I'm mean when I wake up. I'm not a morning person.
And Nick and I, we have bad recall of your being mean. So
Aww.
I'm saying we have some stress. So it was nice today that we got a good reply. You didn't verbally beat us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No matter how,
There it is.
yeah. No matter how she starts, I can get her there. It's my gift. It is my gift to the world.
How many seconds was that in?
Yeah. About 8. Did you guys
You like to get me mad.
did you have a good evening last
You've
night?
admitted that before.
Yeah. I do. I like to start it. I like to start you off and get you going. What can I say? Did you guys have a good evening last night?
Yeah.
Me?
Did you do
Oh.
like what did you do on a Monday night?
Just sit, relax, and watch The
You made
Office.
a TikTok.
You watched The Office.
I did.
So you watched a show from over a dozen years ago.
Yeah.
There's never any new programs on during this pandemic.
No, not for me.
However, we watched
Then switched it over to Parks and Rec.
Stargirl.
Oh, I need to start watching that.
It's
I forgot that's
it's
on.
very good. I really like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice that there's a new show that I haven't seen anything before. And then I watched a little bit of the race yesterday. Well, actually, I watched a lot of it until the very end, when the guy that I picked to win was jumping up from, I don't know where he was. He was like 8th. He had moved up to 4 and then 3. And he was just about overtaking the leader. And someone rammed him from behind and
That's what they do.
shoved him into the wall.
Haven't you watched Days of Thunder?
Yeah, it caused me to lose everything. And
Yep.
then the other guy I picked as my backup driver also went out in pretty much the same accident. And
For Talladega Nights.
I lost everything that I bet, except I made one bet where I picked Bubba Wallace to finish above someone. I won that bet, so I lost my ass.
Did you win the bet against
No, Rob
that
won.
you made yesterday on the air?
No, Rob won because his guy finished.
Oh, okay.
My guy didn't even finish the race. It was that bad. Yeah, it was a bad. What is that noise? It was a.
That is my
I don't
damn
know.
It's my damn washing machine. I've had
Oh.
myself on mute until the spin cycle is over because it's so fucking loud. I'm sorry.
It is very loud.
Right,
I thought I was going to be in the same situation.
Yeah.
I'll mute you until it's done.
No,
Hang
I
on.
thought you're. Now
Uh-huh.
that I know what it is, it does. It's not.
I thought she was driving with the window down.
Thought you had a Hitachi on. I didn't know what
Oh,
was
there was a
happening.
waterfall.
Oh, it's my washing machine. I have a friend that has a appliance center, and I said I need a washing machine fast and cheap, and he said, "Well, I have one." He goes, "I'm going to make a couple adjustments to it for you," and I said, "Okay." So he's not only is he an appliance guy, he's a gearhead. So he put the biggest stainless steel tub he could find in the body of this washing machine, and then
Yeah.
he upped the horsepower by like a complete horse. So
More power.
when it spins out, it sounds like an airplane taking off, but God be damned if your towels almost dry when you take them out.
It
So-
was. I'm telling you, it's very loud.
I know, it's insane. It's almost done. I apologize.
Oh,
I didn't
boy.
get my timing right this morning. Sorry.
That's all right. We're at least you're. We know at least you're here, so that's good.
Well, I'm not outside, that's for sure.
Not outside.
It was silly.
Yeah, we enjoyed watching it yesterday.
No, well, thank you. No, we everybody. You were asking what everyone did last night. I chased pool floaties. I chased a yard umbrella. I chased all my patio furniture around. We got hit with those 65-mile-an-hour winds down here last night, and they came out of nowhere, and it tore my backyard apart.
So
Oh,
you
no.
were chasing pool floaties
Yep.
all throughout the
Mhm.
backyard or down the street.
Well, they were like levitating in the backyard, so Ledger and I were jumping up trying to catch them to keep them from flipping over the fence. Yeah, it was nuts.
Because you were out in the middle of it?
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't have any. I mean, it's just I have a privacy fence, and when the wind comes in, it comes in the yard, and then it kind of spins, it kind of whirls. So, yeah, things just kind of have a tendency to levitate and then fly over the fence. And yeah, the table I was sitting at yesterday, the umbrella was down, but it wasn't tied, and the wind got under it, and that's a metal, like a wrought iron table, and it threw it into my yard.
Oh
So,
my god!
Oh, no.
So I had a mess to clean up last night, and needless to say, my son's baseball game got canceled, so that was bad. But we'll try it again tonight. We'll see what happens.
I didn't leave the house. I haven't left the house in days.
Lucky.
I just thought I'd share.
You didn't go work out?
I got to go work out today. So, no, I worked out Friday, and then I don't work out till today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I see in the chat room I see Jeff and Brent and Derek saying, "Hey, Derek, I went by Recon Text. Remember I told you that thing was on the front of my car? It was hanging down
Yeah.
because I killed that raccoon.
That ground effect thing.
Yeah. Well, what it is, it's some kind of I'm not sure what it does. It was hanging
Well,
down.
didn't it hold your fog lights?
Well, yeah, it had the fog lights in it, but I removed the fog lights. Okay, and then it was underneath the bumper, and it was dragging down to where when I was driving out of things, it was it was dragging,
Yeah.
and it was so annoying. I went by Recon, and Derek was not there, but I saw Michael and everybody over at Recon when I went by, and I said, hey, Derek told me you guys could fix this. Could you get a look at it and, just to give me an idea of what it's going to be? And they said, yeah, hold on. So they crawl into the car, and he starts telling me this long thing about what they're in. I'm like, oh, God. And Michael goes, he goes, I could take it off, and it'll take like 20 seconds. I go, what? He goes, I could just take it off. And I go, you can?
Yeah,
He goes-
do that.
He goes, yeah, it's a couple of bolts. And I didn't even understand. And I go, and it wouldn't be dragging anymore. He goes, no, it would be gone. And I said, well, try that. And he goes, okay. So literally he grabs some kind of power, like a power screwdriver bolt thing or whatever. And he goes, just hold on a couple minutes. And I thought, oh, God, here we go. I'm going to be here for another half an hour. But literally, he crawls under the car. He's like, hold on. Okay, there you go. You're done. I was like, what? And it was off.
Wow, that was easy.
And he goes, you want it?
What?
And he goes,
Hit it on the wall.
oh, he says, because if you decide to come back, we'll just put it back. He goes, we could put it back on for you. And
Yeah.
and I said, okay, put it in the trunk. So, and literally, and it took like 2 minutes, and I was in and out and done. They fixed
Awesome.
up the part of, but then I saw them mumbling,
Uh-oh.
and they were mumbling, and and I was like, what are they mumbling about? And I'm pretty sure they were mumbling, saying, I don't think he hit a raccoon. I think he hit a person.
No.
I don't know. I'm not sure what they were mumbling, but yeah.
Deciding on whether to call the police.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I think they were mumbling. I think they were going, God, one raccoon, my ass. He had a family of them or something. Yeah.
There's
So,
probably still fur under your car.
yeah. No, because I hit the raccoon I want to say it was January. It was snowing.
Yeah, it was wintertime when that happened.
Yeah, it was like January or something. And it was a gigantic, it was huge.
Pregnant
Yeah.
raccoon.
Oh,
She was preggers,
I don't
pretty
even-
sure.
I don't even like think about
If it was that big.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
love animals. I hate the fact that I killed,
Into the family.
yeah, God knows how many I killed. So yeah, they took it off. But the good news is I haven't had anything dragging, or there's been nothing bothering me since they fixed my car at Recon. So
Well, that's
I
awesome.
wanted to give a
Good.
plug. Yeah. I saw Derek in the chat room, so I thought I don't know if he's still in there, but I thought I at least would mention it.
They do a wonderful job.
They fixed it, but my car is so filthy. That might have been what they were mumbling about too. They might have been saying, last time he was here, we had this car looking so good. It looks like shit now.
Let it go to hell. Shouldn't you, Ray?
They might have just been mumbling, going, how is one person so sloppy?
Could be.
Because my car looks like something Sean Bullitt would drive.
Oh,
It is-
Oh, no, Ray.
I got a lot of garbage in it. I really do.
why do you have so much
You have a
garbage in your
garbage car.
Yeah, why do you have so much garbage in your car if you don't go anywhere?
You're right. You're right.
How
I
does that happen?
shouldn't have. But it's like.
Did you cancel your garbage service and that's the only
No.
place you can put it now?
No, it's like, it's not real garbage. It's just shit. Like I go to my car with
That's
two,
even worse.
like I have two shirts, and I take a shirt off, and I just throw it in the car. Like I'll
You
go to
took your
work.
shirt off in the car?
Well, I'll go to work and I'll have like a T-shirt, and then I'll have a shirt on top of it, you know. And so I take the top layer off, and I just leave it in the car. You know what I mean? So I've got a bunch of shirts laying around. Or else I get
Supposed to bring those in the house.
well, like I would get a package in the mail at work.
Okay.
And
It's been how long now?
I got fired in March, so, but I would get a package in the mail, and I wouldn't check my mail, and I'd be leaving, and Kevin or somebody at the radio station would say, "Hey, you got this mail?" And I'd say, "I'll just bring it to me now," and so he'd give me the mail on my way out the door, and so I'd be in my car and I would check the mail, so I would open up the package, take out whatever was inside. And if it was something good or something, whatever, I would take it with me, but I'd leave the package in the car. Sometimes it was so shitty, I would open up the package, and then I would take the stuff inside, which turned out to be shit, and I would just like, ugh, and toss it on the floorboard. I'm like, oh, this is crap.
Hey.
But then I'd also toss the package it was in on the floor. So that's what I'm saying. So it's not like, you know, I'm not like taking my unwiped ass and scrubbing it all over the car or something.
Lord.
What I'm saying is I'm taking, you know, there are things.
laziness.
That's like the logical next step, though.
Like some guy sent me a book. Some guy wanted me to interview him.
Mm-hmm.
So they sent me a book.
Okay.
I'm not gonna read your stupid book. It was some conservative bullshit.
Oh dear.
It was
How to clean your car and love Trump at the same time.
it was like, no, the book was like how Obama ruined the country and Trump fixed it or whatever.
Oh,
And I can't
dear.
Oh,
remember.
science fiction.
Yeah, it was yeah. It was, and so I took the book and I looked at it and went, ugh, and I tossed the book in like the floorboard. And then
You might need it to wipe your ass if we run out of toilet paper again.
and then the package it came in, I also see, that's what I'm talking about. So I have there's a lot of crap in the car. A lot of, you know, shirts, packaging, books. It's just a. So I think the recon, they might have been mumbling and saying, "Oh my God, well, didn't we just clean this car? Looks like shit."
You see this? You see this book he has?
Yeah. Yeah. He might have been going.
He's a closet
He
conservative.
was like, "Look at that book. What the hell is he reading?" And I can't remember. It was a book that no person should. I mean, like sometimes I get these conservative books I just send to my mother-in-law because she likes it, you know. But this was too far for her. This was like, oh my God, even she would say this is way too far right. Like I don't want to be. They might lock me up for thinking these thoughts. It was that bad. So I'm like, they're probably looking, going, "Oh my God, what is this guy reading?" So yeah, I'm not a big fan in throwing books away, but this is a book that
Just burning them.
This book should actually be burned because it was really, I mean, it was pure fiction. Yeah. So that's the kind of crap that's in my car.
It's crap, literally. You have crap car.
Mm-hmm.
Sean has garbage car, and you have crap car.
Yeah. It's like a lot of, so that might have been what
Should
they
go
were
on
talking
tour.
about.
And I have the dog kennel sport mom car.
I see Wes or Adams in the chat room saying that, Ray, thanks for the tip on McMillions. I did give a
Oh, that was good.
yeah, it was really good. I can't remember who told me about it. but I finally got around to watching it. It's on HBO Max. Oh my God, it's very good.
What's that about?
It's about McDonald's did the
McDonald's
Monopoly. Yeah.
Oh dear.
And there was
Okay.
about a 10-year stretch. It was like over 10 years of all the winners for McMillions. It was fraud.
Yep.
No
Yeah.
kidding.
And I remember
Wow.
it was during the Morning Disaster years when I was syndicated, when all of the stuff came down, because I remember doing stories about it. And it wasn't Sean Balint doing the news. It would have been when we were syndicated. So it would have been Allison or John or somebody did the story about they busted the guys who rigged the McDonald's Monopoly contest, and then we never heard from them again.
Crazy.
So I didn't know the whole story, but this documentary gives the whole story of how they rigged the contest and what was going on.
I always wondered about that. I mean, I'm not a big fast food person anymore, but back in the day, I used to have like a whole little compartment in my car full of little poll things that I would save and try to match up. And yeah,
They're worthless except for if you want fries.
Fries. And I did win a lot of fries.
I'm telling you, it was a pretty cool documentary. As documentaries go, this one was a good one. But it was like 6 episodes. And they wait till the very last episode to tell you how they did it, right, Nick?
I think so, yeah. Well, no, they pretty much.
No, but they don't
Explain
reveal
the
till
whole
the
thing.
very end about how the guy got the pieces. It was this guy who got all the winning pieces. And they wait until the last episode to show you how he did it. But it was crazy. And then you find out how he did it and you go, oh shit. Well, that makes sense. That's what he did. To how he rigged everything. And how these guys would literally walk up to people, or they would meet people and then say
They would sell it.
they would sell
They
them
would
the
sell it
piece,
to,
yeah.
well, they would give it to them and say, we get so much percent back
Yeah.
from the winnings.
They say, so these winnings are paid off. You're going to get so many thousand. You're going to get $50,000 a year for the next 20 years or whatever the hell the contest was. And they
But
said
then
you're gonna
They never said anything about taxes, so
yeah,
the winner would get screwed.
so you're gonna give us half, and the people would take it. Except they didn't realize they had to pay taxes on the winnings. So when it was all over, the people were getting nothing. And there's a whole it was the mob was involved in all.
Oh, my.
It was crazy. It was a really good
Family
documentary.
members. It was everyone in a small area.
Yeah. But it's one of those documentaries where you start watching it and literally when you buy in, you just can't stop watching it. So you're watching it and you're like, okay, well, it's maybe one episode. And then next thing you know, it's like 4 episodes in. You're like, oh my God, what time is it? We watched 5 episodes one night, and then we finally watched the finale the next day. It was really good. It's called McMillions, and how they got these people is nuts. It was bizarre. And then the other thing is, they never tell you who. They eventually tell you, but you never know who the informant was. The reason the FBI found out about it is they got a tip. Someone gave a tip to the FBI, and this one guy, this young agent, followed the tip. Nobody else wanted it, but this guy was a young agent, and he was teamed with this older agent, and so he was bored. And so he went to he was talking to the older agent. He goes, "What is this?" And he grabbed a sticky note off the guy's desk, and it said something about person called and claimed they're rigging McDonald's Monopoly game, and he stole the tip, and then he goes, "What is this?" And he goes, "Hey, I'm going to follow this up." And the old guy goes, "Whatever, do whatever you want." And he's the guy who followed it up and started the investigation. And then it turned into be this big FBI investigation. It was really something. It was really something.
That sounds like a show I'd love to watch.
It's a fast. I don't want to give too much
Yeah.
away. It's a fascinating documentary. It's on HBO. It's called or like I say, right now you can watch it on HBO Max. That's where I ended up seeing it, and I looked for it on my my HBO on demand on TV, and it wasn't there. I had to watch it on HBO Max. So if you get that, that's what you need to watch. That McMillions is really good.
All right.
Yeah. Lots of sex in it. Dirty sex.
God. I started watching Space Force yesterday. a little bit.
Space Force. I like Space Force.
Oh my God. It was pretty funny. I mean, it's just, you have to like, Steve Carell. I mean,
I know some people.
the cast is fantastic. I mean,
Some
my
people
God,
didn't
John
like it.
Malkovich and yeah.
I know some people didn't like it, but I think they didn't like it because they thought it was an insult to Trump. And so
Oh.
they were letting their politics invade television as well, which
Oh
I
yeah, letting it get in the way of just being entertained.
just like it.
Yeah, just be entertained. Just watch it. Who cares?
It's just a stupid.
Yeah, it's funny as hell. It
Just
kind
a
of put me to
stupid
mind a
TV
little
show.
bit of like the old airplane movies, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the sense of humor of it all and everything.
And I love. Did you watch Space Force, Nick?
No, I haven't yet.
Oh yeah,
God,
I highly
you'll love
recommend it.
Nick, you'll love it.
And you want to know who's good is Lisa Kudrow plays his wife, and she's not in it a lot, but
No.
she's really good.
Yes, she is.
And I don't want to give the secret away, but from the pilot to the full series, something happens to her that is it's really bizarre, and they saved it. They never, Dorn, you know what I'm going to say. They never give an explanation as to what's going on with her.
Right.
They're going to wait
Right.
for a future season to do it, I bet. But
Yeah, because it's like out of nowhere, you're just like, what?
yeah,
Okay.
like what the hell happened there?
Yeah, we're.
Yeah, it's a good show,
Oh.
and I like Steve Carell, and he invented it.
Yes, he did. He did.
It
This
was-
was good.
Greg Daniels is the guy who invented The Office, and he and Steve Carell. It was right after Trump announced that we're going to create Space Force, beautiful force in space, whatever. As soon as he admitted it, as soon as he said he was going to do it, these guys had an idea and said, "Hey, you know what? Well, you know what? We should make a series about blah blah blah." And so, not only this is a true story. Not only did they create this television show, one of the first things they did is they filed for the patent of
For the copyright.
for the name Space Force and everything, and they got it.
That's awesome.
Because the Trump administration, after he announced we're going to form Space Force, it's going to be beautiful, wonderful, they never applied for it. So they didn't think it was something they needed to follow.
What they said on their hands? Shocker.
So Steve Carell and Greg Daniels own the copyright of Space Force. So technically, if they wanted to be dicks, the United States government needs to pay them to have actual Space Force. Which is insane. By the way, it's insane that that's reality. But the TV series is good, and I like Steve Carell. I think
I do too.
the people didn't like it because he's not Michael Scott.
Well, yeah.
It's a completely different character, and I think the character there's a new side to Steve Carell that we're seeing. He's playing somebody different. He's not as dumb as Michael Scott. And I think that's what they wanted. And it's like, this is not what the show's about. But it's really good. I enjoyed Space Force. I highly recommend it. There you go.
There you go.
Let's see what else. I'm trying to think if there's any other good movies or TV shows that I've seen.
Well, I heard a rumor that AMC might be slowly opening back up. You think that's true?
Yeah, they announced. Okay, they announced last week
Okay.
that they were going to open up. That they were going to open up. And by the way, there's politics involved in this.
Of course there is.
And
Of course.
but it's not what you think it is. Okay. They announced they were going to open up. And so the CEO said, we're going to open up and you don't have to wear masks.
Oh, okay.
So
How's that going to work?
so everybody started freaking out. And then there was a big thing. They're like, oh, this guy's a big Trumper and blah, 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 blah. But it turns out that's not what it was. And then he had to come back like the next day. He had to come back and say, we are going to ask that people do wear a mask. All right, when they come to the theater. But can I play a guessing game with you guys? Why do you think they initially said no masks were going to be needed? It's a very simple
So you can eat
explanation.
popcorn.
Yes, very simple explanation. Because he was doing it for the local theaters, you know what I mean? So that they could sell popcorn. Because that's where they make their money. So if they require you to wear a mask, you can't eat popcorn. So the initial opening was going to be no masks. That way you could eat stuff, you know, your popcorn, your soda, so on and so forth. So when he said no mask required, that's what he was talking about. And a bunch of people got in and they thought he was talking to, that it was some kind of Trump involved, which they fuck everything up. Really,
Right.
even when they're not involved, the anti-Trump or the pro-Trump people get involved and fuck everything up. In this case, it had nothing to do with the Trump. It had to do with selling popcorn. And people were outraged going, oh, my God, this pro-Trumper is trying to get people to not wear masks. And no, that wasn't what it was at all. It wasn't what it was at all. They eventually said, well, you should wear a mask. And so that calmed everybody, but it had nothing to do with the politics. All it had to do with was selling popcorn.
Popcorn, right. Oh, God, people, calm the fuck
But
down.
it's coming soon. They
It's
are
the popcorn.
going to be reopening theaters at some point in July.
Oh, I cannot wait.
But they're holding all the big movies now.
So what are they going to open with?
Well, I think
Well, there was so much that was supposed to come out.
I think
and
Wonder
then-
Woman. I think Wonder Woman 84 is going to come out in October.
Right.
And Black Widow in November.
Black Widow coming out in November, and then the movie called Tenet is another big one that's going to come out. So, all right, let me go to the phones. Good morning. You are on the Morning Disaster.
Good morning, Mr. Lido. How are you doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, here he
Oh,
is,
my Lord.
the one and only Hillbilly Joe.
Holy
That's
crap.
right. The king is back.
Hillbilly Joe, you're finally calling in to check in with us. Hold on. Let me ask you, are you married?
No, not yet. Coronavirus stopped us.
Okay. So the
No, seriously. Coronavirus stopped us.
mercifully, the coronavirus. So there's people who have been anti-coronavirus. I'm going to give you one. I'll give you one good thing the coronavirus did. The coronavirus had you delay your wedding. I guess it's not a good thing for you, but you guys could not.
Yep.
You couldn't get married because of COVID.
Exactly, because we went to go get our marriage license, and the internet was not working properly. They were having problems. And because of this stupid-ass coronavirus shit, they will not let us go up there to go get the license, so we had to postpone it.
Oh Oh wow. So when are you guys gonna get married?
In less than 2 weeks.
So you are. So you have rescheduled it. When will you get the marriage license?
We actually got the marriage license now. We finally did get those. We're waiting for our wedding rings to come in. Then we're setting the date up and getting married.
How long is a marriage license good for?
60 days, I think it is.
You might want to double check that. So you will be getting married in 2 weeks.
Yep, anywhere between the 5th and the 17th.
And you might want to check when that marriage license finally.
It's 60 days.
Oh, okay. Just to make sure you're in the time frame. What's a marriage license cost?
Whew, $75 plus $1.69 online.
Oh, so you had to buy it online.
Yeah,
But you're saying
because of this garbage that's going on.
so you're
They
saying
won't let you come up there.
okay, so you're saying that they forced you to buy it online, but yet they charged you to buy it online?
Oh yeah, well even if you go in person, it still costs you $75.
Yeah, I know, but the $1.69 sounds like that's something you shouldn't have to pay.
Yeah, the government's got to get their money some way.
Well, that's what the $75 is for.
Yeah, well, they also get you on taxes and what was it, transcript payments and all this garbage.
So $75 to get married.
Yep,
And where are you going to get married?
between the 5th and the 17th.
No. Where are you going to get married?
In Springfield. That's all I can say right now.
Is it going to be a location? I mean, is it?
Yeah.
Are you having a big
Yeah.
wedding?
It's not really going to be a big wedding. It's going to be a small wedding. It's going to be pretty much me and my family, and a couple friends of mine and the soon-to-be wife, and then people through our church who is helping us put everything together.
Yeah.
They're going to be there, and then I've got some old employees of mine that are going to be there from wrestling.
No, oh, so some old wrestling pals are going to be there.
Yep.
Did you invite the ass man?
No,
He will not. The ass man will not be attending. The
No,
ass
I haven't really seen him or even on the site. Oh God, for years.
You met him on a swinger site, the ass man?
Yes.
You still go to swinger? You still go to a swinger site?
That's what, when I was with the ex, that's where we found him at. Was off of AFF.
But what I'm saying is, are you guys? You're still going to the adult? What's the name of that? Nikki, what's the name of that site?
Adult Friend Finder.
Okay, so you're still going to the adult friend finder.
That never came out of my mouth.
But I'm saying that you're just about to get married. Why are you going on an adult friend finder website?
I never said I was going on there. I said I haven't been on there for over a year.
You just said I haven't seen him on there.
That's why you can't disclose where the wedding's going to be.
Yeah. What kind of wedding?
No, actually, I'll tell you why I can't disclose it, because there's certain people that there's been a lot of shit that's been going on, and if trouble starts at the deal, I'm not going to be responsible if somebody sits there and gets the hell beat out of them and everything. I'm sorry.
You're gonna beat up people at
I won't have to lay a hand on nobody.
boy, you are unbelievable. So, people of the show.
I'll just put it this way. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on in the past 2 weeks that I cannot talk about on air. I could tell you in person.
Is this involving your ex-wife?
She's been brought into it. My kids have been brought into it. I've been brought into it.
Nothing is ever easy with you, Joe.
Is this like a hillbilly?
I don't even mess with nobody.
What was that, Nick?
Is this like a hillbilly Romeo and Juliet kind of thing?
No.
It's never easy with him. Did you notice?
Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah, it's never. It's not like. It's not just okay. We're decided to get married. We got a marriage license, and now we're going to go get married. That's not what it is. No, it's always a thing. Well, we want to get married, but we got this going on and this going on, and these people.
But Ray, but see, there's a problem with that.
Yeah.
I was drug into it. I'll just put it this way: when it comes to family, you know this, Ray, with me.
Yeah.
You don't screw with my family or kids, because then you've got problems.
All right, but who's screwing with your family and kids?
I'm not going to mention their name. At least not on this phone call. I will not mention their name. But here soon, I will be busting them out and everything.
So it's a conspiracy.
You think my wife was weird? Let's just put it this way: with the two people who's been causing trouble, they're cousins and having sex with each other, and that's nasty.
Ew.
Wait a minute.
Gross.
There's people.
Ew. Gross.
It's a conspiracy of people having sex with each other that are trying to prevent you from getting married.
Oh no, they were trying to prevent me from getting married.
Oh, okay.
They know better. I'll go kick their damn doors in and beat the shit out of them.
So are they? Who is trying to mess up your wedding?
They're not messing up my wedding. They're messing with my kids.
Oh, they're messing with his kids.
So you want your kids to go to the wedding?
Exactly.
And you said it's not your ex-wife.
No, it's not her. I'll go on the record and say it's not her.
But is it someone?
These people live in Springfield.
Is it someone related to you?
Oh hell no!
All right.
I would kill myself just for that.
So these people are not related to you, but they're trying to mess up your wedding because they're trying to. They're doing something with your children that is somehow going to prevent your happy nuptials.
Could, yeah, but nothing's going to stop it. I guarantee you that.
Will your children be at your wedding?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, then you're getting,
Actually, 2 of my 7 kids will be at my wedding.
All right.
And 2 of my kids will be in the wedding.
Oh, 2 are going to be in the wedding. Are these?
Yeah.
Are those your sons?
Yep.
You doing tuxedos and the whole works?
I don't know about a tuxedo for me. Come on, Ray. You know me better than that.
I'm
I
wondering.
wanted to wear a pink tutu, but they told me I couldn't.
All right. Will you be
How about
having
just
a
nice white button-down shirt? How about
Yeah.
that?
That's what I'm thinking. I think that's what I'm personally going to do is dress pants, white shirt, looking nice, put my tennis shoes on, because I don't have no dress shoes, so got to be tennis shoes.
Will you be inviting the ex-girlfriend that you had
No.
that wanted to swing with your current wife and you, or your
No. No.
soon to be? So you won't be
No.
inviting her. Who was the? I'm trying to remember. Didn't your ex-wife accuse you of having sex with a cousin or something?
With a what?
With a cousin or something? Wasn't there
A cousin?
a cousin?
A cousin? Oh, yeah. I'm trying to say I was having sex with my cousin.
Yeah. Wasn't there an accusation of that?
Yeah. It still goes on every now and then nowadays.
You
But
having
that's funny when she lives like 45 minutes away from me. So, man, I must got the biggest manhood in the world.
So are you still having sex with a cousin?
No.
Oh, are you inviting her?
Yeah, I invited her and her 2 kids and her boyfriend.
Oh, okay. So you were never having sex with her.
No.
Okay.
She actually took me off the streets when all that garbage happened and I was homeless and let me move in with her and her 2 daughters
Oh.
and everything and help me out. And then 24 days later, I got my own place.
So you're just saying that there was just a rumor that you were never having sex with a cousin.
Right.
All right.
My cousin's husband,
Uh-huh.
who's a little bitch and talks shit behind a telephone, was going around telling people that me and my cousin was having sex and been having sex almost every day. And all this garbage is like, wow, if I'm having sex every day, then I must be a pimp because I don't know where the hell I've been at.
So you're saying that your cousin had a husband, and it was your cousin's husband that had started the rumor that you were
Yeah.
having sex with your cousin. So
Yeah.
where is that? So that husband and your cousin are no longer married?
Oh no, they're still married, but they haven't been together in over 4 years.
So he's just going around claiming that she's sleeping with her cousin.
Yeah, well, not only her cousin, sleeping around with 3 or 4 different guys from bars and everything else.
But he's
Because,
why is
because
she?
he's mad because he can't see his daughter, and she's not allowing him to see his daughter because he's an idiot and hasn't paid child support since she was born and everything, and he's getting ready to go to prison for what he did.
Well, he's going to prison for what?
Oh, multiple
Lord.
charges. I think one of them was theft, breaking and entering. But don't quote me on that.
Right.
But there's multiple charges on it.
She should divorce him before he.
That's what I told her. She said she ain't got the money. I said, hon, I can help you with it. It won't cost you nothing out of your pocket.
So she's got a new boyfriend now. You like the new boyfriend?
Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. I met him last year at Rockin' Schools 2019.
All
Really
right.
good guy. He plays the drums and everything.
So he's a nice. That's her boyfriend. You like him.
Yeah. He's only one of the out of 4 people that I actually like that she's been with.
And you
1 out of
are.
4, huh?
And you have never had sex with her.
No.
All right. And you guys are, of course, not having sex. You and your cousin.
No, we're not. The only person I'm having sex with is my hand.
Well, what about your fiance?
Well, she don't need my thing. She got toys. She wants it, she can have toys. She's being grounded.
Why? Why is your fiance being grounded?
She got a little mouth on her. So she's being grounded. And then when she's super grounded, I won't sit there and talk to her for about 3 or 4 days.
So you're
She don't like that.
you're withholding sex from your fiance because she's mouthy.
Yep. Well, not only sex, she's not sleeping with me either.
Oh my goodness.
And because of her mouth?
Yep. Yep.
See, and people accuse women of withholding sex from men just to be. Now
Yeah.
here, Hillbilly Joe's doing it.
Well, Hillbilly Joe is intentionally denying her the love of Hillbilly Joe. I mean, he's
She
denying.
wants it 3 or 4 times a day. Nope. You won't get nothing until you start treating me
Lord,
with respect and everything.
So you're saying
unbelievable,
that
you.
you're still getting married?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I let her sleep with me for the first time in 2 weeks the other night.
You let her what?
Sleep with me for the first time in 2 weeks the other night. And no, we did not have
lucky
sex.
her.
Oh.
So what about after you get married? Are you still going to be withholding sex from her?
If she cops her attitude, she won't get it.
For God's sake, this is not going to work out.
Oh, yeah, well. She don't beat on me. She does not yell at me. She does not sit there and accuse me of shit. And she's actually smarter than both my ex-wives and ex-girlfriend put together.
And even your cousin.
And, well, no. I'm not bringing my cousin in that scenario.
Oh, boy.
God. You are
You know,
so...
like I told my soon-to-be wife, you keep playing your dumbass games, I'll sit there and I'll give you sex for a year. And I went over a year without having sex.
So you withhold that great gift
Oh, boy.
Well, shoot, yeah.
to women.
Kind of reaching.
Hey, what can I say? You know, when they have some of this, they always want it all the time.
That's
you know?
That's what you always say. That's what you always say.
And you know what? It's always true, Ray, and you know that. And what can I say? You know, the ex-girlfriend was coming over every day, 2 and 3 times a day, getting it. And then she wanted it 3 or 4 times a day. Well, I must be doing something right.
So this is while you were dating your current fiance. You're saying some ex-girlfriend was coming by and having you bang her several times a day.
No, that was before I was with the current girl.
Oh, okay.
That's when I was dating the other girl.
Uh-huh.
That's when I was dating
You said
Tiffany. who's
dating or
25.
beating? What? Dating?
And that's
I
the
can
one that
hear
wants to
you
have the
there.
three-way. She wants to have the three-way with you and your fiance, right?
That was Tiffany, yes. And I shot that down.
That
Oh, my
Tiffany's
goodness.
that Tiffany seems horny. What's her deal now? She with another guy?
Yeah, she's got a boyfriend. Well, that's what she calls when she screws somebody. They're her boyfriend.
So you just say she just likes sex.
Exactly.
Her thing is
Just like the woman that I have now, if she could have sex 16 times a day, she would.
your current fiance is like that.
Yeah.
Ugh, exhausting.
Or as I call them, it seems like I track whores as women.
Mhm. You see, Doran, are you getting jealous about this?
Oh, I know. I'm fine.
Have you ever been so infatuated with a guy that you have to have it that many times a day?
Oh, years ago, maybe, but not that many times a day. I mean,
Doran, you know what,
three or
Doran, hon?
four.
I'll tell you right now, Sasquatch, if you had some of this HBJ penis, you'd be knocking on my door, calling me every damn day, all day, saying, I want more, I want more.
I'm
I would have
so
to get
sure
an
that's
OP
not
on you
true.
just to sit there and keep you away from me. That's how good HBJ is.
Did he
Unbelievable.
just say he would pee on me to keep
I don't
me
know what he
away?
was saying.
What the? Oh,
I think he
no.
was saying
Well, I'm sorry, Doran. If you like getting peed on, I pee a lot. I can pee on you too. I mean, if that's your fantasy, I mean, hell, I can
Yeah,
make that
no.
happen too.
No, I'm good.
I think he said OP, an order of protection.
Oh, OP, not just pee
Yeah.
on me. Okay, well, either one. That sounds no.
So
no,
Pete
thank you.
Pete in the chat room wants to know if to get it back, if they'll have to write an apology letter.
Get who back?
If would you make someone write an apology letter to get back in your good graces?
Yeah, is your fiance
Hey,
gonna
you
have to
retro
write?
lady or the one I'm with now?
Yeah.
No.
Before you start having sex with her.
Nope. She just got to stop her mouth and then sit there and get on her hands and knees and please me.
You're so weird.
Well, you see, last night or yesterday, she had a chance to sit there and come and get some of HBJ, but she passed it up. So, that's her problem. And then she got mad last night because I wouldn't give her none and give her in a bed. So I made her. No, can't really say I made her. She went on her own and slept in on the couch. So that's her problem.
So she's just been sleeping on the couch.
No, she has her bed in the bedroom too. I've got 2 beds in the bedroom.
Oh, okay.
I've got my bed, and then she got her bed, and then her bed has bondage kits hooked to it. So if she really pisses me off, I'll strip her naked, hook her up, and let her off.
You're so weird.
No, I'm not the weird one. She's the one that watched all that kinky ass shit. Not me.
So all the bondage stuff, will you use all the bondage stuff on the wedding night?
I don't know. It depends how I feel when I get home. And then probably, well, yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, well, I don't know. It depends on how I feel when I get home.
So there is a possibility that you will use bondage gear on your wedding night.
Yeah, I've got the ankle hook straps. I've got the hand straps, the neck straps, the ball gag, the whip, the blindfold. I bought her a whole bondage kit for her birthday.
Well, when I think of wedding, that's right up there in wedding night.
When I think of wedding, you sit there and say I do, and then you get drunk and pass out.
Yeah. And then get a ball gag put in your mouth.
Not my mouth, her mouth.
You're so bizarre. It's such a bizarre. Nikki, any comments on this?
No.
Now that's because Nikki's over there fantasizing about all the bondage equipment, wishing she was the one that was sit there being strapped up and everything. See, the only
No.
problem I hate about this ball gag,
Yeah.
it's got holes in it so they can breathe. They don't need to damn breathe when they're hooked
Oh,
up.
for God. Oh, for heaven's sake.
And then if she really pisses me off, I'll put the collar on her and walk her around like a damn dog all over the place.
Oh, this is just bizarre.
Just completely disturbing.
Yeah.
It's just wrong on so many levels.
I'm so glad he's checking in today.
You know, and then
Uh.
the only other thing I'm going to end up getting is a damn butt plug so I can shove it up her butt so she can quit farting. And then I won't have to listen to her from the back end either.
For heaven's sakes.
You know, but going back to the wedding,
Yeah.
she's actually going to be wearing a wedding dress, which
Yeah.
thanks to the church is going to get her one so she can have somewhat her wedding she's wanting
Oh, nice.
and everything. And then they're getting us, somebody from the church is making us a wedding cake
Yeah.
free of charge. And then
a nice-
somebody
a nice
has a
wedding cake.
photography business,
Yeah.
and they're going to come and take the professional pictures of the wedding for us for free.
Hey. So they'll come to take some wedding photos. Sounds
Yep.
wonderful. I've been waiting for my invite, and I still haven't gotten it yet. You gotten yours, Doran?
No, I have not gotten an invite
Nick,
yet.
you gotten your invite yet?
Mm.
No.
You know, I don't even know who Nick is, so I don't care about him. I kind of know who Dawn is
Cool. That's
a
fine.
little, not
That's
much,
perfectly
you know.
fine.
But I think I did see her the other day. I thought I seen Sasquatch walking down the street, but again, it wasn't. It was a hippopotamus.
For Doran?
Yeah.
I don't know where you were that you actually saw a hippopotamus. And a no invite for Nikki.
No.
All right.
Mm-mm.
Don't worry, Ray. When we get it fully done, you're going to get your invite. Now, whether or not you come, that's on you.
Right. I don't go
But
anywhere.
I think we're going to have, we got a place picked out, and it's really beautiful where it's at, and it's actually not too far from where you live at. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
I'm looking at Doran in the cam. You look good. You don't look like Sasquatch.
I know. Well, you know.
You
Oh,
know,
she must have shaved then.
Yeah, my face.
yeah. You should have seen her yesterday, Joe. Yesterday,
Oh.
Doran,
A case of Nair on her to get it all off.
Doran on yesterday was sitting out by the pool. You missed it. She looked good.
Oh, well, you know, hey, I got stuff. I got things to do. I got to go back and listen to all the shows because I've been too
You
busy.
got to get caught up. Yeah.
Yeah, got homework to do. Got some homework to do.
But hey, you know, I do have a question for Dawn. I know I mess with her a lot and everything, but
Did I what?
I said I know I mess with you a lot and everything, and I tease you. You know, that's just me. But I was wondering, has Nair even sat there and sent you a check yet? Since you are their #1 customer in the world.
I don't use Nair, HJ. I go get waxed.
Do you still
Oh,
do
man.
you still wax
I have to
everything?
pay for the wax place then. Man, I bet you they go through 40,000 pounds of wax to get all the hair off.
Do you seriously go get waxed all the time still?
I still do. In the summertime, not as much. Sometimes I
Yeah.
do cheat and will shave here or there because you have to let it grow out long enough, you know, to get it waxed. But now I've gotten waxed twice since the quarantine's been lifted. So
I'll be damned.
yeah,
You know, I can wax you myself. I know how to do that.
I would rather you did not.
Why would-
Why?
I'm not-
Hey,
Why
I'm a
would-
professional.
Why would
I'm
anyone
like the
agree?
ace of spades or jack of all trades. You know, I can do everything
Why would anyone agree to let you wax them?
because Dawn loves HBJ.
Oh,
And
good
she trusts
Lord.
HBJ. What can you say? You know, I can make her look like a really beautiful young woman when I get done.
Oh, who wants you to wax them? I can't.
Not comfortable with you and hot wax near my nether anything.
Near the
Oh,
nether.
don't worry. I promise it will not hurt. I will wax from top to bottom. Every little crease, and you will not have another hair on you when I get done. You will look like a bald chihuahua.
Have you ever been waxed, Joe?
Oh, hell no. I have had wax fur on me.
I'm gonna get your privates waxed one day on the air.
Well, you know what, Ray? Good luck on that.
Good old ball wax.
When are you ready to go to Recon Tex to get your wash done?
Whenever this garbage gets done, because
You mean your
I ran
wedding?
out of soap, I ran out of shampoo, my water trickles out the pipes and stuff, so I definitely need a bath. I ain't had a bath in almost 3 months now because of all this garbage.
We need
So I'm ready to get clean.
we need you to get yourself ready to go.
Well, trust me, down below it's ready.
You just say the word. We're ready to take you through Recon to get you all ready for the wedding if you want.
Well, all you got to do is set it up and let me know. You know that. I've never turned you down once.
All right.
Never.
I'll get with Derek. I'll get with them and we'll pick a day where you can go in and get taken care of.
Oh, really?
People in the chat room saying that the door and you are once again stuck in a
Am I frozen again?
classic frozen pose.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I gotta look. What the hell? What is wrong? It has to be on my end somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know. But I just looked at it. Yeah.
Oh, God.
It is.
You know, Ray, all your
Gotta
listeners
get
that
out
you
of
got now, a lot of them, some of the older listeners who knows who I am, they always bitch about me and stuff, but they still come back and wonder when I don't call in, wonder why not. And then when I call in, they're like little kids in cookie jars and stuff. But these newer listeners and everything, they don't understand who I am or how I am.
Yeah.
Well, to all your new listeners that are out there that's listening, I just want to welcome you to the Ray Lotto Show. And I don't give a shit about you. Go hang yourself.
All right. It is it's wonderful catching up with you. By the way, how I got hold of you is I got hold of your fiance through Facebook, and I told Rachel, I said, have Joe call in. I haven't talked to him for a while because we're very concerned about the wedding. I'm glad you finally called.
Yeah, well, like I said, for the past 2 weeks, I've been taking care of something that involves my son and everything. I really don't want to get into that because I know the ex is sitting there listening and she listens and she runs her mouth off and everything. She just like everybody else runs her mouth off behind a phone and can't back the shit up. But, with that being said, I have to do what I have to do to take care of my kids. Even though they're 20 years old, I still have to do what I have to do to take care of my kids.
Look at you, Joe.
Even though supposedly certain people says, I don't do nothing for my kids. I don't love my kids. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, we know you love your children. Here's what we
Well, yeah,
learned.
I'm the only one that's been taking care of him since he's been in, well, I'm not going to say where, but I'm the only one that's been taking care of him. I'm the one that's been feeding him every day. I'm the one that's been giving him cigarettes that he needs, giving him drinks, buying him stuff. But then again, hey, I don't do nothing, Ray. You know that.
Well, I do know that you just said you're taking care of your child by giving him cigarettes every day. I'm not sure if that's part of I'm not sure if that's part of taking care of someone, but I understand what you're saying.
What he needs, he gets. Since other people won't sit there and help him,
Right. You're
he
giving
comes
him
to his dad because he knows his dad's going to sit there and help him.
and give him cigarettes. But
Well, if that's what he wants, that's what he wants. If
we've
he wants a soda, he gets a soda. If he wants food to eat, he gets food to eat.
So today we've learned you love your children and you take care of them by giving them cigarettes every day.
You can't forget food and drinks and vitamin things.
We know that
Everything.
you did not sleep with your cousin, even though that was
No.
a popular rumor. You didn't. Let me ask: Is your cousin attractive? Would you sleep with her if you guys weren't related?
If we weren't related, no.
Okay.
I'm happy with who I have.
But I'm saying that.
You heard what the ex said. I've never cheated on anybody.
Right.
And I've never in 48 years cheated on any female that I was with.
But I'm saying even
I've
before.
been cheated on multiple times,
Before.
but I've never cheated on anybody.
But before
Well,
you
that's
met,
one thing he and I have in common. How
Yeah.
about that?
you don't cheat on. You never cheat on somebody you're in love with. Yeah.
Nope.
But so we learned that you have never slept with your cousin, even though your ex-wife was spreading that rumor.
No, I haven't slept with her.
We learned that the wedding is happening at some point in the next 2 weeks.
But if you really want to know it, the ex-wife slept with my cousin.
You, the same cousin or another cousin?
Same cousin.
So the ex-wife slept with the girl cousin.
Yep. And she wants to pull that game.
What, did you watch?
No, I was actually in the front. Well, a little, but not much. I was actually in the front room, live on air when I was doing my shows with my oldest boy,
Right.
drinking.
While your wife was having sex with your female cousin,
Oh,
Yep.
dear.
a lesbian tryst.
Yep.
And you said you watched a little bit.
Yep, a little bit, long enough to walk in the room to grab something and walk back out.
Uh-huh. All right. This is this is just crazy.
Now, what I want to sit there and see, which is going to happen soon, I hope,
Yeah.
and that's my current girl be with another lady.
So you want to watch your fiance hook up with another girl?
Oh, hell yeah, and I'm going to be involved too.
Mm. And you just want to watch that, or you want to be in the middle of it?
Oh, it's going to be both.
Uh-huh.
Great.
Who's gonna be?
And I'm going to videotape it, and I'm going to take pictures of it.
Who's going to be the other girl?
I'm not saying who the other girl is. You ought to know that, Ray. I don't say who we sit there and mess with,
I'm
play
just-
around with.
is
I
it-
never have.
I'm saying, have you
And
picked
then
them out
you-
yet? Have you picked them out?
Yeah.
So you picked out the girl that you want to hook up with your fiance and you.
Yep. And they both agree.
Mm. Does the girl know?
Oh, goodness
Yep.
sakes.
The girl actually is the one who picked my old lady.
Is it your ex-girlfriend?
Hell no.
Oh.
Hell no.
Nikki, is he talking about you?
Do I?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, all right. I just thought I'd ask. Doran Yellow Fury wants to know, is it you?
No, it's not me.
Hmm.
Most certainly not me.
All right. I'm just
Mm-mm.
trying to figure out who it is.
Trust me, listeners, if it was Dawn after that night of getting completely pleased, you would know it because she wouldn't be back on air for almost 2 weeks.
Good Lord.
Because
Oh, for
she'd be
God's
so
sakes, I'm sure that's
satisfied
not true.
and wouldn't be able to talk.
Ugh, so gross. No.
And then you never know. Since I have Sasquatch in the bedroom, I might just not let her loose from the bondage and just keep her there.
So
Oh my God.
there's going to be bondage involved.
I'm sure people will come looking for me. I'm sure.
There will be bondage involved when you're having your
First
three-way.
of all, I've never put myself in that position, so
Are you
stop,
giving-
Stop talking about it.
Is this going to be a gift for your fiance after the wedding?
No.
All right.
The gift from my fiance is a 15-man gangbang.
Hmm. Oh, are you picking the guys?
No, I'm just kidding, Ray. I'm not
Oh,
going to do that.
All right. I didn't know. I never know with you,
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding on that part.
because that sounds like something you'd be into. That sounds like something you would be into.
Well, just put it this way.
Uh-huh.
We have talked about a gangbang.
All right.
She has agreed to 4 to 5 guys,
Uh-huh.
but I'm not going to approve it.
Oh, so you're not going to pick the guys or any of that stuff.
No, I'm not approving the whole kit and caboodle.
And you're doing it as punishment because she's mouthy?
No, it's not going to get done.
All right. So you're not going to allow her to sleep with other guys.
Well, not for the gangbang, no.
All right. But you are going to approve of her having sex with a woman that you're part of.
Oh, well, yeah. I get to take the pictures. I mean, what the hell?
Right. I mean, whatever floats your boat, right?
Right?
That's how it's supposed to work.
And then maybe if it's good enough, maybe I'll bring her over afterwards when we're by herself and take care of her.
Good Lord.
As a treat.
Ugh.
That'll be a treat for her.
No, that would be the icing on the cake and the cake too.
I hope none of our listeners have children that are in the car right now.
No kidding.
Why? They're not gonna learn nothing different than sitting there going to school or watching TV or cartoons. Trust me.
I'm always so intrigued
You'd
by
be the
Joe's.
last person I wanted anyone teaching my kids what a gangbang was. I can do that myself.
I do. Okay, and you know what? Then don't have them watch TV then, and keep them home from school, because I guarantee you, kids that are 8, 7, 8, 9 years old knows more stuff than what I do, and sharing it at school.
Oh,
Yes.
So don't even get in that
Always has
subject
the
with me, you
gangbang
dumb little son of a
hour.
bitch, because see, I don't play that dumbass game.
You're saying,
Oh, God.
you're saying
oh my
You know, it ain't my
This
fault
episode of Paw
if
Patrol,
my
they all
kid
got
wants to know
together.
about sex, I'll pop in a porn and say, there, watch it. That's sex.
that is not. No,
you think
okay.
8-year-olds know what a gangbang is?
No,
You know what,
they
Ray? I
don't.
guarantee
Oh,
6, 7-year-olds knows all about sex,
Oh, they
because
do
I won't
not.
mention who it was, but there were some family members, kids,
oh.
5, 6 years old, went to school and came home and said, Grandpa, what is this? 'Cause this is what they were talking about. I told them straight up, go to your mom and ask her.
So you think that
So, yeah,
you
these
think
kids now, look, they're getting pregnant at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old.
no, I don't think
They
that.
got to know something about it. They sure didn't sit there and pop open a bottle of Coke and drink and got pregnant 10 months later.
You're saying that 8-year-olds know what a gangbang is.
I guarantee you they did.
All right. Just another thing that we've learned so much. We learned so much when Hillbilly Joe is on the show. Oh, good
I do
Lord.
know one thing I need to do, though. I need to get me some Equate personal lubricant warming liquids, because me and the old lady's almost out of it.
You are unbelievable. Oh. I
Hey,
just,
what can I say, Ray? I have a beautiful, wonderful, exciting life I live.
yes, you have a wonderful relationship with your fiance.
I'll screw that dumbass hoe. I don't give a rat's ass about her.
Mm. You are. It is always so interesting getting caught up with you, Joe. Thank you so
Oh, you want to
much.
hear something new? I got something new that you don't know about.
What do you got? What do you got?
Uh-oh.
I'm getting new teeth.
You're getting new teeth.
Yep.
Well, how exciting!
They're taking out the disgusting ones and putting new ones in?
Actually, those old teeth,
Yeah.
this is my opinion now.
All right.
I think the ex-old lady threw them away, because I don't have them.
Really?
So
So
I'm
they're just
going to get
gone.
new teeth made,
Yeah.
and by the end, let's see, probably before I get married, I'll have my new teeth.
Well, I hope so, Joe. I hope that your teeth are all fixed and for the wedding, for at least for some pictures.
Why? Nobody, I mean,
I'm just
a lot of people didn't even know I didn't have teeth.
just make sure the teeth match the
I'm sure they were able to guess.
cummerbund.
No, trust me, Nick, no one knew I did not have teeth until I told them, because they thought I had teeth.
Just make sure that it matches your tuxedo and bondage gear.
I am not wearing no goddamn tuxedo. I don't care how much money somebody pays me. You're not getting this redneck in no tuxedo. Like I said, I wanted to wear a damn pink tutu, and the church won't let me, and no lady won't let me. And I don't see why.
All right.
I think it would be beautiful pictures with me in a damn tutu.
As long as it matches the teeth.
Well, my teeth will be green. I told them to make them green.
You want your new false teeth to be green?
Yeah, I want my false teeth to be green. That way I can go around and see and show everybody. You see, this is what happened when you eat Sasquatch.
Well, they're going to be white. Your teeth will be
Well, just
white.
get them white, but then spray that glow-in-the-dark paint on it, so that way.
Oh, the
when
glow in
you
the dark's a
open
good
your mouth in
idea.
the dark,
It's a good
they're green.
idea.
Hey, that might be an idea. I'll give you that, Nick. The
You're
first
welcome.
intelligent thing
Oh
you've
my
said
God.
since you've been on this show.
Really?
You got to make sure that, like, when you get underneath a blue light, that they really shine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, trust me. I usually don't get underneath nothing. They get underneath me.
Joe, it's always good to talk to you.
Always interesting. Always an educational experience.
Keep us up to date. I'll talk with Recon. We'll try to make it happen. Let's try to make it happen. We're gonna go to tier 4 and opening stuff up soon. Let's try to get it happen as soon as they open things up.
Okay, I do know these next 3 weeks on a Friday morning I can't do it because I've got 3 more times to get my teeth done.
All right. I'll get
So
with.
I know that time. I know these next 3 weeks for a Friday morning is out of the question.
Let me get with Derek and see when they can take you through Recon, and we'll see who can be there too. Because I want to put the whole thing on Zoom. I want to do it live.
Yeah, what the hell is this damn Zoom shit I keep hearing about?
Well, that's our camera that we use, so people can watch. They can watch the show as well as listen to it.
Oh. Because that's even what the courts go. Go get on Zoom. What the hell is damn Zoom? I don't know what the hell it is. I'm not downloading nothing that I don't know about.
It's a program that shows video.
Oh, does it show porn videos?
Or Phase 4, whatever. As soon as Phase 4 opens up, we can take Joe through the car wash at Recon Tex. And it's
Will
coming
it show
soon.
porn videos?
No, Joe.
Damn it.
We're not going to show porn videos on Zoom
I
for
use a new
8-year-olds.
porn site. The ones I got the same videos on there all the time.
You are such a trip. Thank you,
So
Hillbilly
all these
Joe.
women out there that's 21 and older, send me your porn videos.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Oh dear.
I need some new ones.
So you're still you're actively looking for someone to do menage a trois with you and your wife after you get married.
Oh yeah. She is actually the one that approved of it, and she's the one that's actually wanting to do it.
All right.
I never brought it up. She did.
All right. Look at you. You're living that swinging lifestyle. Lots of horny women around him. It's Hillbilly Joe.
Hey, what can I say? And Doran, or I'm sorry,
Mhm.
Sasquatch,
Yes.
the bed's ready. It's clean. All you got to do, is call me, and I'll make your wife for the next 2
I
weeks
know
happier than ever.
I'm fine. Thank you.
They'll
No.
show you a good
No,
time.
you're not fine. No, you're not fine. Not until you're with this nice bottle of wine.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to.
Anything for Nikki?
2 words for Nikki. Go fucking hang yourself with the garbage can. bitch.
That's-
Hoorah! Goodbye.
That sounds like a lot more than 2 words. Thank you, Joe. Hillbilly Joe. Everybody.
Oh, I always feel like I need
And
to
there's your show, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, you know you love him. You know
I'm a
you
sad
love him.
person right now.
It's always good to hear from Hillbilly Joe to get brought up to speed. Oh my God.
Yeah.
By the way, I always look at the chat room after Joe hangs up, and all I hear is, or all I see is, I'm disgusted, I'm exhausted, gross.
Yes, I plan on showering.
Yeah. Hey, Doran, do you feel like showering after the phone call?
It's mentally draining.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
It's exhausting.
I love
It's like
That was
it.
like half an hour of the show.
I
He's an energy
love
vampire, is what he is. He's just, ugh.
He literally sucks.
Yeah.
I love when Hillbilly Joe gives us an update. I just love it.
Ugh.
I'm sorry that it drains you guys, but oh my. Kathy says, I need Tums and a martini.
Yes. If I didn't have to work, I would definitely drink about today's show. Oh, goodness.
It's just insane. God love him. It looks like the wedding date's getting closer, you guys.
Fantastic.
By the way, Adam says, I've
Great.
never felt better about my life than now. Yeah, that's why I do it. You guys, you've got to admit, after you hear about Hillbilly Joe's life, you feel a lot better about yours.
Yeah, but it takes another 5 hours to get to that state.
You never feel better about yourself. And
It's like
after
the the stages of grief before you get to acceptance. It just
After
takes
you
forever.
hear about Hillbilly Joe's life, you feel better about yours. That's all I want to say. Hillbilly Joe. God bless him. And by the way, He doesn't know who said it. He did not have sex with his cousin. All right, let me ask now. Nikki,
What?
do you 100% believe he did not have sex with his cousin?
Oh, I have no clue. The fact that you saw her naked was creepy enough.
And watched her. And watched her
Ugh.
have sex.
That's just disgusting.
He watched his wife have sex with his cousin. Nick, do you
Beyond gross.
do you 100% believe that Joe has never had sex with his cousin?
Yeah, I think he has.
Yeah, right. Nick says he has. Doran, do you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. There's
It's
no
at le-
there's no boundaries there at all.
It's at least slipped in. At minimum.
People in the chat room.
It slipped in, and then there was maybe an oops, and then,
People in
It
the
moved
chat
on,
room. Let me ask you: Do any of you think that Joe has had sex, even though he denied it? Do any of you think Joe has had sex with his cousin? That's my question. Everyone, Summer says yes. Brent says I don't like to think about Joe having sex with anything. Adam says Joe would sleep with anything that touched him or looked at him or was around. That sounds like a yes to me. Just saying, it seems like most people are saying yes. Joe has had sex with his cousin. Kathy says, how do we know his wife is not his cousin? I don't know.
That's a legitimate question.
Pat says, I believe his cousin has had to fight him off. Now all the responses are coming in. Oh my God. I just I get such a kick out of Hillbilly Joe. I'm not sure why, but I get such a kick out of him. Oh my God.
I don't know either.
Oh, I just love it.
Oh goodness.
Hey, did you guys hear that Michael Keaton is in talks to play Batman again?
Yes.
Yep.
Wow.
That is a wow. Good grief.
It's from the movie, the upcoming movie, The Flash, that stars The Flash.
Oh no.
All right.
Now what?
I have no
He
idea.
heard.
Good morning.
Okay, listen, I did not have sex with my cousin, first of all, okay?
Yeah.
Second
well,
of all, no, she was not passed out. No, she did not just take and kick me off, fight me off. John, I don't care if you sat there and had nightmares. I mean, come on now. Seriously?
yeah.
You guys are a bunch of damn idiots sitting there thinking that. How sick do you think? And I'm my own cousin? You're a retard.
All right.
And no, I'm sorry. I did not see my cousin naked. Fat ass. Oh, not you, Ray, but the dumb bitch that's over there sitting
Right.
off to the side.
All right.
I seen my wife naked. She was eating her out with her ass up in the air. That's who I seen naked. Just to clear that up. So shut up, Nikki. Have fun. Keep masturbating over this by listening to my voice. Hoorah!
Thank you, Joe. Yeah, Nikki.
Wasn't there another phone call?
The one day the phone is actually working.
I apologize. I'm sorry for that.
God.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right, Michael Keaton could be. Here's what's going on. They're doing a Flash movie that's based on the comic book story Flashpoint. Now that's a time travel sort of. It's a multiverse movie where the Flash runs. The Flash is able to run so fast he can traverse the multiverse and somehow go into different existences. And allegedly in this movie, he ends up on an Earth where the Batman is Michael Keaton.
All right.
And I think it would be interesting as a comic book geek. It just it excites me. Nick, you excited about this?
Oh yeah.
I think it could be a pretty. I think it could be a pretty fascinating, a film. And I liked Ezra Miller when he was in the Justice League. I thought he was really good as a character. So it'll be interesting to see. But the guy who hasn't been Batman since 1991, coming back to play an older, grizzled version of Batman would be pretty interesting. I don't know.
How long has it been since he played Batman? When did that?
1991, the last
91.
time. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow, 30 years,
Mhm.
pretty much. Wow.
And I guess he'd do it again. They're talking to him. I think it'd be fascinating. So I just put that out there because I know a lot of geeks like myself were very thrilled about that happening.
Oh.
I'm so glad Joe called back in to say that he did not look at his cousin naked. He looked at his wife, who was eating his cousin. God.
Oh boy.
By
I
the
think
way,
we're all just drained. We're all just
By
kind
the
of like
by the way,
stunned
Hillbilly
and
Joe-
like,
Hillbilly Joe is now
it's just what the hell just happened?
Hillbilly Joe is now in the chat room.
Oh god.
He's now in the chat room arguing with listeners and cussing and swearing at them and calling them blank guzzling blank. It's unbelievable. Oh my God. He's cussing out listeners in the chat room. All right. The Morning Disaster is brought to you by Recon Tech 670-1132. That's the number you call to get an appointment to get your vehicle cleaned. 670-1132. They are doing free steam cleanings and disinfectants now with the price of a regular detail. It's Recon Tech's DTE Technologies 408-0001. DTE Technologies, let them become your company's IT department. DTE can help save you money in running your business. For example, Rob is putting in phone systems for someone right now that saves them thousands of dollars per month. It's DTE Technologies. And Core Installation, furniture and supply. Do you need a new chair or a desk? Or maybe you need a sanitizer or gloves. Maybe masks to get through the rest of COVID. God knows how long. God knows how long it's going to last. You can get it all from Core Installation, Furniture and Supply. 741-1079. That's 741-1079. Core Installation, Furniture and Supply. That's going to wrap it up, guys. It's 9:30. It's been a hell of a show.
Whew.
One of Nikki's favorites. You know, she loves when Hillbilly Joe calls in. Right, Nikki?
Yep.
She gets all excited.
Oh,
She gets all excited. Listen, you guys, all I can say is let your friends know that we exist and tell them they've got to come be part of listening to this program. Trust me, you don't get stuff like Hillbilly Joe calling a regular radio show. No, no, no. Regular radio is not good enough to get that. Only us. Thank you so much for listening today. So long, everybody.
bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
You better wake up, sleepy
Goodbye.
and get your fat butt out of bed. There's a just to play you Zeppelin and Pearl Jam. Raymond Lytle is his name. Some have called him just a bit insane. But you may find him a little idiotic. But his is the only morning show you can say has really got it. Slam the door, turn the key, get on the road now. With Central Illinois' morning way to get down. It's nasty, it's dirty, but it's funny, 'cause it's the Raymond Lytle's morning disaster. He's lewd, he's rude, he's crude, but it doesn't matter, 'cause he's the morning master of rock and roll and laughter. Raymond Lytle's morning disaster. Sean Belen Scott, news and sports. Bodine's running down North Grand in his undershorts. Michelle will dwell on things colored pink and purple. They'll explain why Jim made a remake of that movie called The Black Hole. Slam the door, turn the key, get on the road now. The Central Illinois morning way to get down. It's nasty, it's dirty, but it's funny, 'cause it's the Raymond Lytle's morning disaster. He's lewd, he's rude, he's crude, but it doesn't matter, 'cause he's the morning master of rock and roll and laughter. Raymond Lytle's morning disaster.
Oh, thank you so much for listening, everybody. Talk to you guys later. That's going to wrap it up, you guys. The replay will start in just a second at morningdisaster.net for those of you listening to the audio-only version of the show. For those of you watching the video on Facebook, you'll be able to watch it as much as you want when the replay's up in just a little bit. Be sure to check the website later for uploads of the podcast and so on and so forth. We're going to wrap it up now so I can run and get a workout in to get the day going. I want to thank you guys so much for listening. As always, thank you for your support. You guys are just the best. So long, everybody.
Hey, kids, what time is it?